should be live.
Okay. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Okay, sorry for the delay. Prior to starting the regular meeting, we need to call a public hearing regarding the budget, open the public hearing. And I guess just Amber discuss it a little bit, and we'll call for any comments.
The last meeting, we brought you that advertisement, and this was a copy of the advertisement. We did change the time to 6:30 on the real, this one says 6:15, but we did change the time on the real advertisement. So we're advertising a budget of $112,000 for general, $112,500 for general fund, $7,500 for the local roads and streets, $18,000 for motor vehicles and highways, $2,500 for parks and recreation, and then $7,500 for the cumulative capital improvement, which is a total of $148,000. And so the hearing is for any taxpayers that might want to voice their opinion about our budget or any ideas they might have.
Okay. Do we have any comments from the public regarding the budget? Okay. I don't think we need to take any action at this time.
We'll bring this back at the next meeting to vote on to adopt it.
Okay, I'll call the public hearing closed.
Okay.
Let's open the regular meeting. And start the call to order, always. I believe everyone, well, I'll just run through names. Yeah. Okay. Mayor Brad Bender, Council John Post. Here. Jeff Walker. Here. Amber Fields.
Here.
Treasurer Mary Jo Bender. Here. Legal Counsel Brad Cage. Here. And then I would say absent. Town Marshal Britt Bergmeyer and Fire Chief Steve Kenny. Okay, next thing is approval of the August 14th minutes. I don't think I have a copy here, so I read them online. Okay.
I'll second.
I have a motion and a second. All in favor?
Aye.
Who was the second?
Yes.
John was the
Oh, John.
Okay, petitions from members of the public present.
Steve comments.
Please come forward if you would. Come up by the desk and hopefully the camera will catch you, and if not, at least they can hear you. Please state your name for the record.
Steve comments.
Okay. And he was in earlier and said he wanted to come address the town. So.
Yeah. I want to address my drive. Steve Vernon went back well, it's been probably about 10, 12 years ago. He wanted to put up a pole barn and build canoes. Well, that got shut down. So he went and he to CEW and he bought my driveway. And I'd like to know how he did that, because when Perry Lucas, when he owned the building up there, I asked him, I said, Perry, I said, I'd like for you to come out here and show me where you own to. Well, he took me out there and he said, that drive right there, he said, I can't buy that because he said that they have to give the landowner the right of way to buy that. So and I went to the area planning, and they told me that it would probably have to be a civil suit in order to get that drive away from him. And I'm having trouble now with water coming down that driveway, and I've got a rut in there that's probably about 8 inches deep. And I wanted to see what I could do to try to get that resolved.
Well, and he came in this afternoon at the office. I looked at the GIS, I didn't know much about this before, but John, I didn't, maybe a little bit of history, and Amber did. I just don't know if there's much the town can do to help you. Because like you said, I think it's a civil matter.
I would agree with that.
Yeah.
Yeah, some way of street or alley or, yeah, we don't have any, really have any jurisdiction over.
I mean, I mentioned if it was a prescriptive drive across there for all these years, but again, that's a civil matter.
Yes.
And not.
The court would have to recognize the prescriptive easement, but you establish a prescriptive easement by using something for, 20 years or more. And even with any predecessor, but town has nothing to do with that.
Yeah. The town could be called as a witness to say that they've seen it used.
They've seen it used,
That's about,
yeah, that's about it.
It probably could go on our.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't think we have any jurisdiction over any of it.
You
But
said
my problem is whenever he got through there, well, whenever they chip and sealed the blacktop, they let him put all those cinders and things, all that blacktop down there, and then went back to the alley back there. And he thought that he was gonna drive back through there, get in and out. And I said, Steve, I said, there's no way that you can drive back and forth past my windows. Well, I got a hold of Danny Wright at that time. And Danny made it understood with him that wasn't going to be a drive back to that. He can use that as an access, but it wasn't going to be a drive back to his back door.
And that's where I guess they made it pedestrian only now.
Okay.
Yes. That's my recollection a few years ago. But that was the alley
That's the alley, that's on the other side.
where we had jurisdiction.
Right. So beyond that, I don't know what we can do to help you. I mean, it really sounds like a civil matter. I mean, I looked on the GIS and it does actually show Andy Osmond on a little piece of it, and then the other name, and then Andy. But Andy actually has the part right off the highway. I know, but
Back years ago, from my understanding, I got this from the area planning, that whenever they let them put whenever the road went through there, the county took over that piece that Gosman owned. That's the way I understood the town of Vernon. Because see, they fought me Bailey's did, because Bailey's and Gosman's, they're related, and they fought me, and I said, I don't know who this driveway belongs to. I said, it don't belong to me, and I said, as far as I know, it don't belong to you. Well, they took me to the area planning, because people was coming in and out of that driveway. So, but my concerns is just getting the driveway fixed to where the town of Vernon is not collecting all that water that's coming off of that county road. Because I had it fixed once.
yeah, again, that's out of our jurisdiction because it's on private property. I mean, then you have the private property issue between two landowners. I don't know if the town could do it.
I agree.
Yeah, I don't think the town could do anything. Which, well, I mean, I just don't, again, it's out of our jurisdiction, that's all I know at this point. I don't know the history, but I don't know today's first ever. I really can't see, unless you guys know of anything beyond.
I don't really know anything beyond that. I just remember when Steve man that bought it, you know. Matter of fact, I didn't even know, I just thought it was part of your drive all them years, you know, until.
And see, well, what it all boiled down to was him and Mike Barber, they were shooting and fussing and fighting, and that's why he went and bought that, because he wanted to keep Mike Barber from off of his piece of property. And I told him, I said, you boys need to quit being childish and grow up.
Well, I'd love to see everybody be good neighbors, but I know sometimes it doesn't work that way. Thank you for coming in.
Yep.
Good luck. Okay, on to unfinished business, the next level trailer project, I have the pricing from David Boswell, but I don't have the schedule and when they're gonna get it done, other than I keep telling them it needs to be done by October 1st. On the Okra Sewer project, I got an email today that they're gonna start next week, but they didn't say whether it's gonna be on Ripley Street or Perry Street. I will go ahead and jump to a pay application we have from them. It was approved by the engineer. But in this kind of a project, it has to be approved by you guys. I didn't send it out. I'll pass it around. Has to be approved by the board, and then we send it to Carrie to draw down the funds. So we don't pay it until the funds come back. And it's in the amount of $177,846.76. So I'll pass that down. But we will need a motion in the minutes.
So I missed that, we don't pay it until we get the funds from,
Correct, but you have to accept it and make a motion
okay,
to accept it tonight. And then we send it to Carrie, and Carrie draws down the funds. Then, after the funds, 80% of the funds come in from Okra, put your match money with it. So,
okay.
and Carrie will walk you through that. And that's payout number 1.
And that's what they did down at the Commons lift station,
And, no, not the Commons, Water Street.
Water Street, okay.
And it's also for stored materials.
Okay.
New pumps and some of the other items that they have. That's been verified that they're faced in a warehouse, not subject to anybody else getting their hands on.
Okay.
Yeah, tomorrow, well, maybe not tomorrow, but Monday, we'll send it to Carrie. And they take care of the rest, but they'll get with you on how to disperse the funds. They're looking at it, like, should have got it in your packets.
Are they gonna do anything at the Commons with the station?
There's an odor control module that goes in there, and I need to cut the weeds down, because we can't get into it. So we do that Saturday.
Now lawyers do it.
Yes, lawyer.
Do they have those funds for that, this station?
For the Commons,
Yes.
it doesn't get.
No, we had, I'm thinking, it's been several years ago, but we got 2 funds from us. I forget who it was, a small town someplace that was taken out they do have their sewer system. And Dan, I don't know if that PDNH was doing engineering on it or whatever the situation was. But we got those, they were taking out these 2 pumps or they had an extra or whatever. And sometime, they gave some really good deal on it. And I thought Boyer or somebody had it.
It's news to me. But I can give them a call and find out. I can call them and ask them, but that's news to me. It's never been brought up before that I know of, so.
Well, when you emailed me the, the Commons lift station or something, jog my memory.
I'll follow up. Yeah, that's new to me, but. I mean, they have a couple of the E1 pumps currently. We had 3 of them that came back and I asked them to look them over and see if we can make 1 or 2 out of the 3 that. And then we'll store those. I need to follow up on those too.
Well, I'll make a motion to approve the pay application to lawyer for $177,846.76.
Okay,
I'll second that.
all right, motion and a second, all in favor?
Aye.
Okay, good. Next item, the Muscataduck race, there's a work day this Saturday, and I'm gonna be down there, I know, to help lay out the basketball court and some other things. I was trying to get the Boy Scouts, but they haven't responded. But I think they're gonna have a lot of people and do some clearing and tree trimming. Then the event is on September 27th. I just wanna, in between then, depending on the weather, make sure we can mow if it needs it. At this point in time, not needing much, but just so everybody knows what's going on down there. And I'll weed inside the commons, the lift station, all right?
And I was planning on going down and maybe mowing tomorrow. I mean, just not, just high spots here.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, they really,
I know.
I kept on hoping it's gonna rain.
Well, maybe wait a week and see in between then and be closer to it. New town office, like I said, we got everything moved over there today. So you have to poke your head in there. We've got a lot of people around here already looking in, checking in, and I think it's gonna, well, as you noticed, we've got a soccer game, soccer practice. We're here, and I said, next thing we know, it's gonna be basketball.
And the Boy Scouts are over there too, so.
And now we've got her over there, so that's all good.
Yeah.
All right, I emailed, I didn't print, but I emailed info on what I was thinking of for new rates at the gym and some new adjustments to the rules, if you will. I hope you had a chance to look at them. I think we were just kind of too cheap on everything, and there's some stuff that I've noticed is really more time consuming than we thought. And then the other part of this was kind of getting the hours a little bit set up. But the main thing is a non-refundable deposit at the time they make the reservation. What's happened is the system isn't set up, everything goes in as pending, then when it is accepted as an event or whatever, it goes to payment pending, and people are forgetting to pay, and it auto cancels if they haven't, and when they do, it wipes it out. And if it was just a matter of an inconvenience, it's turned into a headache for everybody. So we're trying to get away from that by at least getting a deposit in there. So if they don't ever pay, we have the deposit, it's not refundable, but also get them to better understand that 48 hours is a big deal. It just knocks it out of the calendar completely, and it's headaches. I mean, and the other thing is making sure people understand they have to reserve it 48 hours prior to one again instead of calling me on Sunday morning when the basketball night.
Right.
We're not gonna do that anymore. We're not gonna do that anymore. Yeah. So anyway, if you are all, I don't know if we need a motion for that or just a consensus that,
I think we need to make a motion.
make a
now.
motion?
I'll make a motion that we accept the new, rules and rates for the gym.
Second? All in favor?
Aye.
Okay, thank you. I haven't heard anything back on the Safe Streets for All grant. Other than they have it. Britt Bergmeyer, after we talked last time, I think I sent a text and I talked to Britt and we thought it over since he still owns property in town. And he was on appointment, we felt like he could continue. And
I'm not sure if I agree with that.
I was gonna say, I'm
I
not,
think you have to be a resident.
yeah,
okay,
I think.
well, that's why I was wanting to
That would
bring
be,
it up.
that would be like saying somebody who just owns property in town couldn't just run for the council.
Right.
I think you have to be a resident.
Well, if he was running for office, but right now he is an appointment. Remember, he didn't run,
Yeah, I know that.
he didn't run,
I still think,
but, okay, that's
I,
fine.
I'm
And
just thinking that that you have to be a resident.
I think we open that precedent.
we
We
want
did
to
that,
happen.
yeah.
Okay. Well, I do have a name that came up that was interested, and I'll share that with you later. Until we, I don't think we should announce it until we got a chance to all do it.
Do we have to have, a marshal?
Well, that's the other question.
Cause I mean, really, if you look at it, it pays $125 a month. And they have, there's, you know, I mean, we were lucky we had Britt because he, you know, works for 911 and he's like, he's trained and he's been a sheriff's deputy or whatever, you know, has a permit to do some of that stuff, but, you know, any other person off, just a resident, they don't really have any teeth to put into anything, you know?
Let me remember, that nobody ran and then he was appointed.
He was appointed, I don't know if I appointed him or the board did, I don't remember.
The council did.
They did, okay.
I don't think you have to fill that position.
Okay.
I don't think there's anything that says that you have to.
Yeah, I mean, if somebody has a major emergency, they call the sheriff. They don't, you know, it's like people were calling Brent for little things because he lived here and he knew everything about the town, but somebody else isn't gonna know the history or have any teeth to put into anything, other than don't do that
Just
anymore.
wait until your next election,
Okay.
which would be March of 27. And if people want to run and they're eligible, then they can run.
Yeah,
Okay,
You know, I don't think you have to.
okay. I'll have good word to Brett.
Has he moved?
I believe so.
he moved, I think he still owns the house.
Yeah, he still owns
Yeah.
the that's why we thought since he still owns the property.
Yeah.
You think it has to be right?
Yeah, I think you do.
Okay, that's fine.
Because then the next thing, you know, they can just.
Well, I know to run for office.
You're right, yeah, but,
But that's fine,
okay, yeah, I just think it's cleaner, but.
that's fine. So we'll proceed. Okay, next item, park board report, that all kind of, they didn't have a meeting, back to the quorum again. So, but anyway, I know the main thing is Haley has worked really hard on getting the 5-year master plan complete. So, if you'd like to take a few minutes and tell us about what you've got, then we have some. Please.
And announce yourself. For the camera.
Can it see you?
They can't see you.
That's
They can
okay.
only hear you.
I'm Haley Fredo, and I spent my summer working on First Master Plan there's gonna be some parts that I think are gonna have to be up to the Parks Board in terms of like what they want the actual document that they submit IDNR to look like, what kind of photos they want, how they're gonna get the maps. And then they also have a couple sections towards the end about like their action plan, about how they plan to get funding, what they think, all the stuff they think should go in the appendix. But when it comes to like the actual information that went into going into the plan, I was able to draft as much as I possibly could. I'm sure everyone in the community probably has something here that could be added or corrected, but it's a draft and that's what I created.
And the goal was to have it done, and you hit the deadlines and the marks for what needs to be done. The public hearings we had, and the surveys and the reports, and we really appreciate it. Your last day is Friday? Tomorrow. Yeah. And, I mean, we can't say enough. I mean, it's a big deal. And again, you got it all done. You got everything you set out to be done.
Yes. Yeah.
Will we have something for you? Go ahead.
Yeah. Do you want to explain your part?
Oh, well,
So you have,
it's a joint effort.
it was a joint effort, so you actually have 2 cards. You also have a gift card in there for college expenses, and then since you said you picked up a coffee habit, there's both a coffee mug and a, I don't know what to call it, not quite a service, tumbler, something for the Historical Society, both with like Vernon or Historical Society branding, the same things.
Thank you.
Yeah, thanks for all your hard work this
Yeah.
summer.
She's
So
really,
working for the town, those rest, but you picked up a coffee.
I think all the networking is stressful.
she's been to a ton of meetings, sat in here by herself,
Oh,
and down at the other office,
Yep,
and worked, kept herself on track, so we really, really appreciate it.
yes.
Hopefully you guys will all make the draft.
I looked it over, and
It's great.
it's great.
Yeah. It's for the town of Vernon, it's a fantastic first, like 5-year parks master plan. It's a great thing.
Now, we just need you to probably check in and remind us that we need to be done with it by mid-November.
Yeah.
And do our part.
Feel free to nudge the park when you're freezing. Thanks.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
New business, I think we already covered everything on the budget we needed to. After the last meeting, I asked Josh Shaw if $50 a month was acceptable for renting and he said yes, and I wrote up a proposed lease and sent it to him, and I've not heard back. So,
Since they're meeting tonight, they may be discussing.
I know, but I've asked him a number of times, same as like helping, or not tomorrow, Saturday down at the river, but anyway, we have a verbal agreement. Soccer rental agreement, Mary Jo.
I'm just wondering what, I don't, for next year. This year, they're doing the same that we did last year, you know, that we.
They pay their
abated the
utilities.
rent. Yes, they pay the utilities and gas, but I think Brian, but whoever pays that person I sent the invoice to, he was sort of under the impression that it was going to be done the same way next year. He said, I thought this was good for the next 2 years, meaning when I sent him this year's bill, and I was like, the only thing, I went back to the minutes and I saw it was like done last year, but I didn't know about this year. It didn't really mention this year, and that could have been just a, missed it on my part when I was writing up the minutes, but definitely last year, this year, but I don't think there's anything about a 3-year.
Next year, yeah, I don't recall.
And they, I think we've even discussed earlier about actually raising it, since we're doing the bathrooms and paying for the electricity and the, yeah, we're doing all that. Basically taking care of the bathrooms that they wanted done, so. Just wanted to, I just need some clarification.
Well, I think we need a written agreement with.
Yes, and I think we do.
There's never been
So if we want, yeah,
There are two.
There are two.
There's, I don't remember when they were done, John, you might help me, but it's been
That's good.
4 or 5 years ago.
Yeah.
When Wayne was mayor, I prepared 2 of them,
oh,
one for the building and one for the field.
We actually done that before.
Yeah, I think maybe we did, that was, that's when Dan was there.
I feel sad that it was Dan because I don't have anything.
They had a renewal, a renewal clause in them, but Brad, I haven't looked at those.
Well, yeah, but I mean, we just need to find them, because I don't think we.
Well, the first time we gave them like 8 months or something, we told them they didn't have to pay rent. They did something, maybe it was, oh, they put the, HVAC in the soccer building. So we said, okay, you know, and then they came back, but I was under the impression it was just this year and then next year we would start up again, but.
I can have somebody in my office look in the computer tomorrow or Monday. I would only have an unsigned, I probably don't have a signed copy.
Okay.
I would only have unsigned copies if those have been saved, which, in all likelihood, they were. Otherwise, they would have been given to the town.
Yeah, I don't ever remember seeing one. I think it might have been before I started.
It may be, and probably put them, and probably put in 5.
Yeah.
Yeah, probably put the full.
Gene Rocky would have been the treasurer at the time, so that's all I can tell you about it. I don't even remember the renewal, when it was coming up for renewal. I don't remember that.
I remember sitting on that side and hearing you guys talk about it, but I don't.
But there are 2 of them. I'll
Well,
look.
and this last time around, probably it was not another agreement, it was just discussion.
Yeah. I'll look, Brad, if I can find the 2 of them. I'll at least send those to you.
Yeah. So, very good.
Okay, I'll
Then
send them.
maybe we can search something out.
Yeah.
Was I think the first one we agreed at the time that they basically got the building. I mean, we set a price, but then we said, you know, you got the building for free, or basically, we agreed to put a new roof on it, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Then they made some upgrades, like they painted it and done this and done that. But I'm like you, I think that last one was just like, we're just gonna do this and do that.
Yeah, maybe after this year. So, okay, well, we're in the process of moving everything over here from the other office. We still have a few more things, so we'll look for it and then talk about it maybe at the next meeting.
I'll look at it.
Okay. Great. Okay, we took care of the pay app already. Credit card application needs a vote.
yes,
You know exactly what they,
basically they just need it in writing, or a vote, and then the minutes, let's see, the minutes won't get signed until, but I don't know if they'll necessarily need to see them signed. But to see that it was put to a vote that the council agrees that, the town can get a credit card for purchases, I mean, you could put if we decide like,
A limit.
oh, a limit, I think she asked a limit, and we said we could do like a $3,000 limit, and then I think it was going to be, Brad and myself and Amber that would be on the card, and each could have $1,000 limit. Does that sound
That's fine
okay?
with me.
Okay.
Just for some of the little stuff we buy
Yeah.
around town, it would be helpful.
Because
We're
the
good
way it
with
is now, if we need something, either, we have to buy it personally usually. I mean, we don't have,
Yeah, like
hardly
today.
any set up accounts,
I
accounts.
went and got keys made and bought this stuff to hang
Yeah.
things up on the wall, and so, I mean, it's not that big of a deal, but like any tax that we pay, we can't get
We can't
reimbursed for
get that
that.
reimbursed, yeah.
So it's kind of a pain.
okay, so we need a motion worded.
Just a worded
Well,
emotion.
go ahead and type it up the way you need it for them. a motion for that.
I'll make a motion to apply for the credit card for the town, not to exceed $3,000.
I second that motion.
Motion and second.
Well, then put in there who the administrators. Can I put that, I'll just put that in there, that it's the three of
Well,
us.
can we put, I guess this might be a question for Brad. So can we put mayor?
Oh, yeah, because
Oh,
it's treasurer.
Yeah, position.
Mayor and treasurer and a council member.
When,
Yeah.
election time comes.
I guess, do you want to put mayor, clerk, treasurer, and bookkeeper, or do you want to put mayor, clerk, treasurer, and at least one member of the council?
Let's do one member of council, yeah.
But you may need to mention the names because the credit card won't say town of Vernon, like our logos. Maybe it will.
Maybe, well, that's wrong.
I know a lot of credit cards have to have a name. We did one, we got a credit card at the museum recently, and put it, had to have Helen's name and go with her name, and stuck company, so the card actually has her.
Well, we can say the positions, and currently holding those positions are.
I would do it that way.
Okay.
Yeah.
They didn't like the minutes from the last time, so that's why.
Yeah.
So that's over.
Okay. All right, so I think we all voted aye.
Okay, thank you.
John made the motion, who made the second?
I did.
Okay, John, yeah, that's
Okay, trail connector resolution, Jeff, I think that was from last meeting.
Yes, if you all recall, last meeting I brought up this resolution, summarizing the goal that the town would take efforts to work with the county parks and the city of North Vernon and NDOT to complete some kind of connection between the communities and the park. So I know at the time I wanted to really read over the resolution and see if there were any edits or additions to make.
I'll make a motion to accept the resolution.
I'll second.
Okay, all in favor?
Aye.
Thank you. I think I mentioned that's something we could put in the appendix in the 5-year master plan.
That would be great. And I had a brief conversation with Kathy Earl about this, and she just said keep her up to date. Be happy to bring it.
Okay, next item, art park maintenance.
I brought this up because, we've been spending several $100s a year to spray the path at the art park. And, John and I had talked about this before, that, when we allow people to put things on town property, like the Perceptions put the labyrinth in, but they actually dug way down. It's starting to get weeds now, but they put that in several years ago, and they did it right. They dug down, put a barrier, and then the gravel and everything. But the path at the art park is about that deep, and we just have to spray and spray and spray and spray. Should we just let it go back to grass or do it right? It would take some work to do it right. It'd be nice if it was like a little asphalt path, but right now we're just spending a lot of money, and before you know it, it's weeds again. I don't know what everybody else thinks. It just seems like we're wasting money doing that.
I know the improvements of that path are one of the items listed in the 5-year parks master plan.
Is to fix that.
Yeah, so, that was part of the discussion, correct me if I'm wrong, Haley, at the last Parks Board meeting, when they had the working session last week, that was part of the discussion when they were prioritizing, goals for that property, wasn't it? Was improving the path or finding a way to make it more permanent, can you recall?
Wasn't a big topic.
Okay, wasn't a big topic, but
Looks for that.
it was right up, okay. I mean, to me, that needs to be,
It needs to eventually be addressed, and maybe should we, until that happens, should we look, I mean, you'll be able to see it regardless if we mow it and keep the, I don't know, something to think about. The other thing that we,
I think, you know, what brought that up was me and Amber was talking about. You know, and it's great that people want to come to town and do things.
right,
But then it falls on us to maintain.
right.
So I guess we need to look at that a little bit harder whenever
somebody comes in, yeah.
Yeah, wants to do those type of things
And we've had several Boy Scout, Eagle Scout projects and that sort of thing.
Can we just let them, can we like get rid of them?
what's that?
Can we just get rid of them? I mean, like that lead thing, whatever, all them rocks, can't we just get rid of it all? Cause that's a pain in the butt to weed.
I don't know, with all of the trail improvements, I mean, I've been thinking more and more somehow, yeah, parks is gonna have to take over the maintenance of a lot of things, and we're gonna have to get some people to do it.
Right.
We've been lucky so far with some interns and twice daily rounds there.
And Steve Harding, he's been doing a lot of
Steve
volunteer
Harding's
work.
been doing a lot. Yeah, it's not just that. It's, yeah, there's a lot of it. You've got to start really.
Well, and then one of the things, and I was kind of responsible for that, the pollinator field, and that got mowed down at the wrong time. It's basically all grass, so we can just forget it. I mean, just keep mowing it. And then the little pollinator garden, but one of the things we probably ought to do is pull those signs out, since there's nothing there anymore.
Okay, yeah, that's probably, we should.
So, the, soil and water, we thought was gonna maintain that and, you know, burn it when it's supposed to be burned and then, but they didn't really have the resources to do that either when it started, so.
Well, and that is also, in the area where, when they work on the bridge,
Yeah,
they want to use that. I told them on the phone in a meeting the other day that that wasn't there. They kind of, they were kind of right.
I'm sure, yeah.
that's it.
But I think all of that, again, it's a big, there's more maintenance around here than. I don't think we made any decision, just discussion.
Just discussion, I just wanted to bring it up so we could,
But there's an answer.
I mean, Steve just sprayed the path, so it'll look nice for the next couple of weeks.
Oh, it'll be, we're in the time of year now, it'll last for a while.
But I do think it's something as the park was getting the plan across the finish line, we need to be deciding like, okay, what's the next concrete project we're gonna work on, maybe that should be encouraged.
Yeah.
I think maybe the concrete projects are maintenance.
Yeah. But, I mean, for that, it sounds like we either need to come up with a really solid maintenance plan for that gravel path, or it needs to be something else, or not. So that, I'll bring all this up at our next park board meeting when I go, just to
Okay,
keep all
can
the
I ask another question on that trail commander resolution, was that a motion made or is that just presented?
No, they made a motion.
We did make a motion, right there.
adopt
John,
the resolution.
I think I,
We'll have to sign one.
John made the motion and I
did you
seconded
second
it.
it? Okay, that's right.
Okay, miscellaneous business, excuse me, surplus property, I haven't done anything on the garage generator yet. We have a high school intern, it's every other day, just in the morning, his name is Calvin Pilo, and he's doing a great job.
He is, he's doing a great job.
I mean, he helped me get that tarp in and out, and then he mopped that entire tarp one time, but then we found after it had been used, it's got to be mopped again. Anyway, that's why I put down a fee for doing it. All right, reports, excuse me, couple things, As far as utilities, we had a tree clearing company working for REMC, demolished a grinder pump by driving over it about 3 weeks ago, I think it was, and a water meter pit at the same time. Immediately filed a claim, I think copied you on it, Brad, just in case. And I don't have a cost yet, but it was north of $10,000. But the people, the tree clearing company acknowledged they did it and they understand the claim is out there. I just gotta get final numbers in front of them. I hope they don't start balking on us then.
Did they provide you with the insurance information or coverage?
They said, file the claim, give us the info.
Okay.
I know, I was a little weary about it.
Yeah,
But I wanted the claim acknowledged.
yeah, hopefully it'll fall into line and they'll do that, but you know, sometimes that's easier said than done.
And then as far as the utilities, American Water said they're still looking at the information you sent. And the city didn't answer me yet as to what they had thought, but I met with JNRU yesterday and went over it in detail and sent them all that same package of information as well, because they asked me to come and talk to them about it because they are reaching out, talking about some other expansions. So there's some interest there. Now, whether it's going to go anywhere yet or not, I don't know. And I think the tractor was worked on today on a recall, and I asked the guy to maybe check in with their sales department or whatever, if there was any resale available for some of the things that we have that we don't use. That's all I have. So. Ward 1, John?
The APC, we've got a new form out for complaints. Okay? It will now, have a person that is doing the complaints name attached to it. So,
We'll have the complainant's name.
yeah, that's, so whenever you go, if you want to make complaints, you need to go down,
Has to be done in writing.
fill out the form.
So like, there's a form, I just looked at it today and it was acceptable, it's pretty standard.
Hopefully that'll just cut down some of the frivolous complaints or just where,
Yeah.
you know, I'm mad at Brad Fingers. You
A
know,
lot of neighbor stuff that really doesn't have a lot to do with zoning and, you know, and kind of just call in and say, you know, this is going on.
Okay.
I'm gonna do this thing for the fire department since they're not here. They gave us this paper when we went down to the spaghetti dinner the other day. And they're gonna have a spaghetti dinner and a touch of trucking. I guess that's where the kids get on the trucks and stuff. October 24th. And then November 1st, we're gonna have a holiday, they're calling it holiday market, I guess it's a craft show. We're gonna have big trucks. That's gonna be November 1st. And then December 19th, we're having cocoa and cookies with Santa. And,
When's the cocoa? December when?
December 19th. And Steve Pennycutt was asked me about maybe using the old fire station for some of that, or crash sale and holiday market. But since we got the Travis and everything and stuff, I don't think it'd probably be a good idea.
No, probably not.
I don't think there's room anyway. There's
Yeah.
just, there's very,
Well, maybe if we move stuff around and stuff, maybe, you know,
No.
probation's in there.
Alright.
And I think that's all we got.
Okay. Jeff?
Only thing I have to go along with the fire department's spaghetti dinner on the 24th of October, that's when the toilet papering of the courthouse lawn will be, and we'll do the trunk or treat.
October 24th?
October 24th, that's a Friday evening. The toilet papering usually starts at about 4:30, so I request that we go ahead and, I think we need to go ahead and close Brown Street from Pike to, like, is that area? Or I guess we could go all the way down to Fire Station for the trunk or treat from pretty much 4:30 for setup until 7:30 for breakdown. So I'll make a motion, they close Brown Street from Pike to,
Is it cozy down there?
yeah, to Cozy, is that what the road to the fire station is on,
Yeah.
Brown Street? From 4 p.m. till, I say 9 p.m. to cover their dinner.
from where Pike to,
Pike
From
Post.
Pike to
Pike to
Cozy.
Posey.
Pike.
From Pike.
Yeah.
About the mail truck, can the mail truck get down?
Yeah, that's it.
We won't need to at that time.
Yeah, it should be after.
Coming down,
Pick up at night.
it'll come down Montgomery, down to Perry, or Pike.
Well,
Get turned around, you can get turned around.
Okay, get it turned around. Bill's slow enough, we don't need a partner, it's slow enough to run.
Alright, so that's my motion.
okay, we have a motion, second,
I'll second.
all in favor?
Aye.
Okay. Jeff?
And I'll have, materials just for promotion to send out to everyone, see, so we can start pushing that out. The library's planning to have the Wild West there as well. They're already on their schedule to do that, so that we can have them back again. If you'd like to participate in the trunk or treat, just let me know. Or maybe we'll do it similar to last year and just have people park in the lineup on that side of Brown Street that we did last time.
We had a lot of
You're
kids.
doing all the fun stuff when we leave, that's not
I mean, you could change your plans.
good. A beach and all
Just kidding.
We had a lot of kids last year.
That's
Like,
good.
They were,
That's
Several.
yeah,
I think it's between
we
3
had
and
to
4.
leave and go get more candy even.
Same.
Anything else?
That's it for me.
Okay, Amber?
Oh, just one thing, if you drive by my house, this young man, I can't remember his last name, his first name is Dylan, he has his own business. But he put gravel in, we hired him to put gravel in front of our house. He has this thing on his tractor now, he just came by and dug all the weeds. That's not new gravel.
Oh.
I know, it was crazy, but I was wondering if the town had any interest in me getting a quote from him to maybe spread the gravel we have in some of our alleys that are used all the time, and digging them up, I don't know what you call that, where it's like fingers that,
Oh, it's a rake.
yeah,
To rate the,
is anybody interested in that? We have the
I wonder if
alleyway
you could do it
by
on that.
Jeannie Greathouse's house
With the arts
is used
fund.
all the time. And then the alley, like, where Roger lives, like, kind of across the street from my house, that alley's used all the time. And then the one down by John Robertson's is used all the time. I mean, it might be something we wanna think about.
I know a lot of these alleys have the recycled asphalt.
Yeah.
Oh, they do?
Yeah, I don't know how well, like, that's the one out here. Grading it is hard enough to try to do, because the stuff just doesn't.
Oh, okay. All right, well, anyway,
But you, sure, try
I don't know what it costs, but I could talk to
Yeah.
him about it.
Sure.
Okay, but it looks nice and it
Well,
helps.
on there by Jeff's house, it's on Super
Yes,
Yeah,
that's where I would get that. That would be,
yeah, but there's a lot of people that travel through that one. So, okay, well, I'll talk to him next, he's coming, he's gonna come back tomorrow.
They try to keep them from traveling on that.
I know.
I know, I don't want to encourage it, but they do it anyway.
Anything else?
No, I don't have anything else.
Mary Jo?
I have nothing.
Brad?
Nothing?
Rick and Jeff? Okay, I forgot one
Just take
thing.
Red off of there, right?
Well, I forgot one thing that I need to bring up, and that's on behalf of the museum, ask that we can close Pike Street from Brown to Ripley on October 17th and 18th for the Ghost Month.
I'll make a motion, we close, Pike Street from Brown to Ripley on October 17th,
17th and 18th.
17th and 18th.
I second that motion.
All in favor?
Aye.
Okay, thank you.
Close it from where, Amber and.
Me and then Jeff.
Pike Street from Brown to Ripley. You don't want to put that in there? Okay, sorry, I forgot about that. You did, you were talking about, yeah, I forgot.
Just put it under here.
I would.
I'll put it under miscellaneous.
Okay, anything else before the good of the order? Okay, claims?
I'll make a motion that we, pass the claims, or approve the claims for the month of August.
I will second that motion.
All in favor?
Aye.
Okay, yeah. I think I said there's nothing else, then there's one final motion.
I make a motion to adjourn.
I'll second.
All in favor?
Aye.
7:36.
Not quite the hour.
Almost less than now. By the time
If
I
we
get
would
out.
have started, if we would have started, yeah.
Let me shut off the recorder.